The election has come and gone, but people are still talking. Jason Puckett joins us with reactions to the results. Jason?
Thanks, Ben. This year's elections resulted in a major shift of power in the U.S. House and in local offices across the country. Many of the students I talked to didn't seem to mind.
I thought it went really well. I thought, there was a good turnout of people voting, and I thought...
As sophomore Bill Powers points out, even though this was simply a midterm election, there was a very high rate of both early and regular voting turnout.
Mom always told me you can't complain unless you vote, so it's the first time I voted.
The voter turnout was not the only unique aspect of this election. For the first time in over 4 years, the Republican Party has won control of the House of Representatives and has gained seats in the Senate as well. I asked students how they felt about this new change.
Seeing the party that would oppose the health bill, the exorbitant spending of Obama, it was nice to see that. So I was pleased with that.
Freshman Zachary Horner's views agree with the latest Elon poll, which said that 51% of voters were more likely to vote Republican in response to President Obama's actions. Many other Elon students also echoed these thoughts.
It's actually a really good thing. I mean, the Democrats were holding everything before, which you can't really hear both sides of the story, but so the conservatives are in. You can actually get a little bit of both.
However, some students were less confident.
I don't know. I guess it's okay. We'll have to see what happens.
While the effects of this political shift are hard to predict, it can be certain that each and every Elon student's future will be affected.
Politics do kind of guide, where my life goes. I mean, the government has a very big hand in how I live, where I live, how much I make.
Now, the Republican Party ended up winning at least 60 seats in the House of Representatives, giving them the majority. This means that Congress is now divided as the Democratic Party still holds the Senate. And the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, will now be replaced by a Republican. Sophie?
Thank you, Jason. Former Oklahoma Congressman J.C. Watts is scheduled to visit Elon in late February. Watts will be the 7th Isabella Cannon Distinguished Visiting Professor of Leadership. Watts will address the Elon community in McCrary Theater in February on the 22nd and hold a Q&A the next day. Watts is best known for being the first African-American to serve in the House Republican leadership. He now serves on a number of corporate boards that include companies such as NASCAR and Wells Fargo. The program brings in professionals to share how they've developed leadership skills. Elon's 4th annual Powerless campaign is underway. It began November 1st and aims to encourage students to reduce their energy consumption. Residence halls will compete through November 19th for prizes to see which is the most energy efficient. Students can visit building-dashboard.net to help monitor their progress. There you'll find a breakdown of academic buildings and dining halls that will be using the most energy. Currently, Moffett is leading, closely followed by Danley Center C.
Now, how to put gas in your tank and keep money in your pocket. Here's a look at Phoenix 14's Pump Patrol. Prices are close this week, but we dug for the best deals. The cheapest gas you'll find today costs $2.73 at the BP on South Church Street. Topping your tank at the Marathon Station on West Haggard will cost you $2.75 a gallon, and the Kangaroo at the corner of campus is at $2.77.
Distant planets, stars, supernovas, and other out-of-this-world sights can be seen right here on campus. The Academic Pavilion is currently home to an international astronomy exhibit called From Earth to the Universe. The exhibit displays images from space taken by NASA's Chandra X-ray Observatory. Over the course of a year, the exhibit will travel to more than 60 different countries. Elon's campus happens to be one of the nearly 1,000 sites across the globe that will host the display. Astronomy professor Dr. Dan Evans helped get the display on campus.
So I had all 90 of my Physics 102 Introduction to Astronomy students come out, and they explained all of these different posters. And so many people came up to them, asked exciting questions, and they were really engaged and very engaging. And that was my favorite experience. I got so much from that, and it really is a testament to the experiential learning that we do here on this campus.
The galactic images are now on display in the Academic Pavilion. Make sure to check them out before they blast off from Elon's campus over Thanksgiving break.
And a group of Elon students took time out of their weekend to make a difference. The students worked through Habitat for Humanity to provide one local family with a new home. The students from the pre-law fraternity Phi Alpha Delta worked from 7:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. with only one break as future professionals. They said that their time would be a way to give back to the community they serve.
And I feel really good being out here and painting something that's actually going to go to someone and feel like we're really accomplishing something and being part of something greater.
What do Leo Lambert, alumni, and sing-alongs have in common? We'll show you this genius marketing ploy after the break.
Plus, the highest highs and the lowest lows. We'll tell you when this week warms up, but when to watch out for those frosty 40s coming up on our Phoenix 5-day forecast.
Also tonight, the new nest, but few fanatics. The new planned Phoenix fans will bring more maroon and gold to the games coming up on Phoenix 14 News.
Recent weather has had us reaching for coats and sweaters, but is the cold here to stay? Let's take a look at the week ahead with your Phoenix 5-day. The good news is that you can expect sun for the rest of the week. Look for temperatures to inch up tomorrow and Wednesday. The thermometer will hit 72 degrees tomorrow and top out at 70 Wednesday, with temperatures in the upper 30s both nights. Thursday dips back into the 60s with a high of 68. Friday and Saturday will make you reach for that coat again as highs only reach into the low 60s.
Winter is off to an early start this year in western North Carolina. Cold temperatures and snow hit areas near the Tennessee border late last week and into the weekend. You're looking at video of Maggie Valley near Asheville, which received nearly half a foot of snow. Temperatures reached a high of 27 degrees. Winter storm warnings are in effect for counties at higher elevations.
Elon University presents Real Alumni of Genius.
Real alumni of genius.
Today, we
You're
salute
watching a
you,
new web video posted
Elon.
recently by the university called Real Alumni of Genius. The video is part of a series being created with the goal of fundraising increasing totals. Let's take a look at the rest of the video.
A Cushman and jump in any fountain the size of a small municipal pool.
Watch out, you know.
As Elon looks to raise more money, North Carolina's public university is looking at a new system to distribute money to its schools. The Associated Press reports that the UNC Board of Governors is considering a plan that would heighten the enrollment growth funding to academic goals. Under the proposed plan, schools would receive more money for doing things like retaining more students and meeting academic benchmarks. Currently, only 3 in-state schools are not meeting retention goals. They are UNC Greensboro, UNC Pembroke, and Western Carolina University.
Don't go anywhere, there's more to come on Phoenix 14.
A late-night legend hits the stage tonight for the first time in nearly a year. We have more on this funny man's future debut next.
After the lowest fan support in the Southern Conference, the Phoenix are firing up a new way to see you in the seats. Find out how this will affect you after the break. The Phoenix were in action around campus all last week. Here's how they did. Women's volleyball had a great weekend, beating UNC Greensboro 3-0 and beating Wofford 3-1. Elon has 9 wins and 5 losses in the Southern Conference. Men's basketball had their second exhibition game of the season. They beat Washington and Lee 93-50. They head into the regular season with 2 wins and no losses. The women's basketball team beat Chowan 97-49 in an exhibition game. Women's soccer lost in the Southern Conference playoffs. UNC Greensboro beat them 2-0. Men's soccer lost in the playoffs. Appalachian State beat the Phoenix 1-0. The men's and women's cross-country teams both had successful weekends. They both placed second at the PAC Invitational. An injury left quarterback Scott Riddle on the sidelines this weekend, but that didn't stop the football team from coming away with a win this weekend. Quarterback Thomas Wilson led the Phoenix to win over the Citadel and ran the ball into the end zone for 2 of Elon's touchdowns. Elon won 27-16. Basketball is gearing up for another season, and the Phoenix Fanatics are trying to get more student support. Joe Bruno caught up with the fan group to get a closer look.
With a brand new court and a brand new season, the Phoenix Fanatics are now focused on doing one thing.
We don't have fans supporting the Phoenix.
Their goal is simple: turn an empty stadium into a filled one. Vice President of Events and PR, Kaylin Dorr, is concerned with the lack of fan support.
Actually, one of our biggest problems with the organization is that there's not enough enthusiasm from the outside community trying to recruit more people to be as hostile as we are.
In an effort to make fans less passive and more active, the Fanatics are considering switching the student section from mid-court to behind the north basket. In order to make a more hostile environment, the Fanatics are willing to try something new.
We have a rare opportunity to start new traditions in Elon basketball, both men and women's.
Despite having the lowest attendance in the Southern Conference last year, the Phoenix Fanatics believe they can and will be as intimidating as the Screamin' Deacons and the Cameron Crazies. From Alumni Gym, Joe Bruno, Phoenix 14 News Tonight.
And the Fanatics are encouraging all students to come out and cheer on the Phoenix on Friday when the girls basketball team hosts Fordham. The game starts at 4 p.m. in Alumni Gym.
And the fall season is wrapping up, so there's only a couple more times to catch your fall sports in action. Women's volleyball plays their last 2 regular season games this weekend. They play Appalachian State Friday at 8 and battle Western Carolina Saturday at 5:30. The football battles Furman at 1:30 in Rhodes Stadium. This is their second to last game of the season, so don't miss your chance to cheer them on. Plus, the winter sports are getting started. Men's basketball is traveling this weekend, but check out women's basketball. They take on Fordham on Friday at 4 and battle Troy Sunday at 1.
Well, Ben, with the weather cooling down, it must be nice for all the players who practice and play outside.
Not to mention fans like the Phoenix Fanatics. I know I'm going to be out there for Furman. That should be a good game. We'll see if Scott Riddle comes back. Either way, I like the Phoenix this weekend.
Before we leave you this evening, a quick reminder that Conan O'Brien's new late night show premieres tonight.
O'Brien's new show will air on the cable channel TBS. Although few people know details of the new program, producers have said that the show will have a more intimate feel.
Again, you can get a new dose of Coco starting tonight at 11 p.m.
And that does it for us here at Phoenix 14 News Tonight. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget that we're always breaking news online at phoenix14news.wordpress.com on our website.
Also, be sure to like our page on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Just search for Phoenix 14 News. I'm Ben Rumsey-Tong.
And I'm Sophie Nielsen-Colding. I hope that you have a great night, Elon.